Hello, everyone. This is Aquaria Amethyst. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all well and blessed. I'm just, doing this video to vent about a few things and, doing a little reflecting on, me awakening to, who the Israelites are, and the overall history of who we are as a people and certain people that I have seen throughout the years, regarding some Israelites who just claim the name and have no interest in actually embodying the culture of Israel. You see, there's more to just knowing you're an Israelite. Being an Israelite is about reclaiming the culture, is literally reclaiming the culture. And I hear people a lot say, "Oh, I'm an Israelite, but I have no interest in learning the language, learning the feast days," which the feast days are mandatory for us to follow. You understand? The Feast of Purim, the Day on Unleavened Bread, First Fruits, the Day of Pentecost, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Day of Atonement. Thank you, God. These are actually mandatory days that we are supposed to be following out. Granted, some of us are still detoxing from the holidays that the Romans have given us, because that's who's ruling over us. These politicians, these people that you see in America, or what may have you, they're Romans. They're modern day Romans hiding under the geist of other people's nationalities. They're Rome. We're being ruled by Roman people. They have given us their holidays and have told us through Yeshua's sacrifice, Jesus Christ sacrifice, that the holy days were done away with. Now, what was wrong with the holy days where he had to take that to the cross? It's not hard to follow the holy day. I mean, well, when you're starting out, and trying to learn what to do, but as time going, you get the hang of it. But what was so impossible about the high holy days? See, our days are not called holidays. They're called holy days. That's where the word holiday comes from. But you have people who I've seen throughout the years, talk about being Hebrew. And even after I've, told them a little bit of history about who we are, they'll speak about it. They'll bring it up. They'll talk about certain tribes or what may have you. And it's like, are you trying to get in touch with elders of the church? Are you trying to do real research? And this stuff takes years. You just can't just start a mission in this without doing some serious background work and really grounding yourself in this work and understanding in this work. Okay, it took me several years to even get to this point to really start teaching certain things that I know. And it took several years for me to, download and really get an understanding of certain things about the culture or what may have you. How we should cover our hair, the women should cover their hairdresses and different things like that. Like, what does it mean to you to be an Israelite? Like, are you truly proud of this culture? Are you truly wanting to relearn? Because it's like, at some point, you're going to have to reclaim everything that comes with that name. Okay, they didn't just steal our name. They stole our culture. They stole our language. They stole our way of life and how we do things. Are you willing to relearn all that? Do you know more than one Hebrew word besides Sabbat Shalom or Salakia? Just to name a couple. Can you even speak the full Hebrew credo? Like, I mean, what does it really mean for you to be walking in this truth? Is it just something for you to make into some projects so you could have something to do, or what does it mean to be an Israelite? Some of you don't even have an interest in learning your own forefathers' natural language, natural tongue. But yet y'all somehow proud to be Jews. How? How's that possible? And then you got these Israelites who, and don't get me wrong, I love my Israelite brothers or what may have you, but you still got some Israelites who know that they're Israelites, practice a culture to this day that don't believe Jesus. His name is Yeshua in the Hebrew. Don't believe he's the Messiah. What's up with that? It's like I had to break this down to them the other day when I was in the group with them on Facebook. Because a lot of this stuff, I started my mission on Facebook. I was never planning on coming to YouTube. And it was going into, they were talking about Enoch or whatever the case may be. And then I had to tell them, y'all have to stop treating Yeshua like, he's the enemy because they gave us a counterfeit version of who he is. You got to stop doing that. Because they gave us a counterfeit of all our forefathers. If we're gonna claim that Yeshua is fake and was never real because of the counterfeit version our enemies gave us, and you never just ventured out and really figured out who he was on your own for yourself, then why even believe in any of our forefathers in that book? Whenever they bring up Enoch, Abraham, Elijah, they always give us a bastardized, watered down counterfeit of our forefathers and foremothers. So by that logic, then we should throw everything out. Because they gave us a counterfeit of everybody. No, you relearn who they really are. Okay? I don't get people. People are messing on social media. And a lot of the, camps, they go into three main tribes. It's Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But I noticed that lately there's something about the tribe of Gad these past few years that the tribe of Gad is being highlighted for some reason. And I've been really, I'm going to look into that to see what that is. Like, there's a lot of Aborigine Indian energy surrounding us. And I think it has a lot to do with the Exodus and the Exodus coming up. And it's interesting because Kodak Black made a song a few years ago, like 3 years ago, and it was going into how they only got a couple of years, 3 years left to keep fucking with us the way they do. And then last year, our captivity came to an end. A lot of things that they haven't, of course, ain't going to tell us, but our captivity, the 400-year prophecy is up. It's been up since last year, which doesn't surprise me. Now y'all understand why they released the COVID-19, the coronavirus on us. The last year, now they have to let us go. This is what we're seeing, the stages of the final stages of them having to free us out of this captivity. And let's just face it, Turtle Island. And Turtle Island makes up North and South America and Canada and the islands surrounding her. That's Turtle Island. Okay, now I know a long time ago I had spoken about how it's possible that all the biblical stories that we've been reading happen on this soil. Like we have always been here. And what had happened, because I'm starting to see there was a migration out of here opposed to us migrating in here. So something's up, something they're hiding. And I've been looking at old maps and unlike some people, I sit and talk with the elders, okay? I sit and talk with the elders of Israelite people. Particularly also Gadite people, which I'm gonna be going into, like chief Gadites, okay, from my tribe. So I don't just sit there. I'm not no loner sitting by myself, just randomly just talking about shit. No, I sit with these people, okay. I learned under them, so I'm gonna release some old maps showing this stuff and how they're hiding a lot of stuff. Like it's very well possible all this stuff that they talk about in the Bible happened on American soil, because so it just don't make sense the way they're bringing it. It's very weird. Um, like they're saying, like when you go into South America, there's certain land on there that the Bible speaks of, and it looks exactly how it's being described. Like it's like, just like they're trying to say Peru is the real Jerusalem. So it's a lot to unpack. But there's definitely something up with this Aborigine Indian energy rising up. Now, when it comes to Israelite, nobody can ever accuse me of piggybacking off of them because I introduced this to this community. That's my baby. I can bring up whatever any tribe or whatever the case may be all I want to. This is my baby. I'm the spiritual historian. This is my mission. This isn't something that I just, everybody's mission is different. Everybody's mission, like I said, is different. So this is my mission, to bring that truth of who we are as a people and what may have you. Now, I had got sidetracked on a lot of the things that I wanted to do with this channel because of this crazy ass thing we had going on with a certain Hamite we know. I'll put it that way, being nice to put it that way. And that is a situation that I never wanted to get into. And I will keep saying this. And I never wanted to get involved in this situation. My job was to be a spiritual historian. And if I've offended anybody or upset anybody, I apologize for that. If I falsely accused anyone, if I falsely hurt or harmed anyone, or brought any kind of devalue to your life, I'm sorry. And if I brought any devalue in any kind of way to your life or to your situation, if I've, was a part of anything that y'all had going on, whoever it may be, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case may be, because I don't just work on here, okay? I have all different kinds of revenues I work with. In fact, Facebook was my main home base, and in all honesty, it still is. When I'm not on here, that's where I'm at, doing what I'm doing. That's my original raw real platform. And I know some people over there watch my channel over here too. So if I brought any devalue to your Facebook page, your group, or whatever may have you, kindly take whatever thing I had on your Facebook page, your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever may have you, kindly take me off of there and stop promoting the shit that I put on there. Take all my stuff down that I presented to you, to y'all collective, or whatever case may be. Because I'm under the impression when you're doing the work of God, that could never bring any type of devalue to your life. That's how I feel about that. If I've offended anyone or have brought unfavor to your mission, kindly remove all traces of me being a part of whatever it is that brought misfortune to your mission. Kindly stop talking about the things that I brought there on your page, on your channels, on your Facebook groups, on your Twitter accounts. Remove them. Remove everything. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about the stuff that I brought there. Stop talking about it. I had to deal with this with several people. This is why I had stopped talking to some of my Facebook groups. I had a falling out with a few people over there because they want to act funny. If I bring any type of misfortune to your work or your collective any kind of way, kindly stop talking about the information I brought there. Take down posts I've made in your groups, videos I've made with you. Take them all down. If I bring such misfortune to y'all, take them down. Take them down. Stop talking about the stuff I brought. Prove to me I bring any type of misfortune or devalue to you and take everything down. Then I'll believe I brought any kind of devalue or misfortune to your life. Then I will take it serious. Until then, you're just talking a bunch of noise. And let me tell you something else, folks. I only hearken to the voice of the Most High. I don't give a damn what man says. I know what he tells me about my life, my destiny, my purpose, and who's meant to be a part of it. So I don't give a fuck about what anybody says or what they think they know about. I don't care. That man has the last say so. I'm going to be going into a lot of tribe of into my particular tribe. That's my tribe. I could talk about my tribe. I could talk about this. This is my baby. I could talk about this. You know, I can bring this up. You know, that's another thing. Like in this particular community, nobody was worried about none of this. I'm gonna continue to stake claim to this because this is my baby. I put this on the map. Israelites, I did that. That's my baby. I put this out here. Nobody was worried about Israelite culture, Aborigine Indian culture. Nobody was worried about who was speaking in tongues and light languages. Now, all of a sudden, overnight, everybody speaking tongues now. Want to be a Hebrew. Where I did offer helping and nobody wanted to do that. Only one person did that, and I helped them confirm perfectly who their tribe was. Not only that, it was a common connection between us. Coming to find out, we were connected to the Gullah Geechees. There's a lot of things I brought to this community that nobody was talking about, was worried about. And this is not something that you try to coin and make money off of. This is not. Being a Hebrew ain't a trend. Being an Aborigine Indian is not a trend. This is about reclaiming something that was lost. This is about going back to the truth, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. This is not a trend. This is here to stay. This is an awakening. This is about claiming your birthright. Nobody was worried about none of this shit. Some of you didn't even want nothing to do with this in the beginning. Like I didn't. I will claim this. I will talk about it anytime I want to because this is my mission. When did it become any of y'all's? I mean, maybe it helped put things a little more in perspective to you guys. Okay. But if this is your mission, you might want to sit under a few elders before you present this because you're going to look foolish trying to bring information you know nothing about. People want to talk about Israelites and Aboriginal Indians or whatever the case may be. I could bring chiefs on my channel. See that? Y'all don't have that pull though. Y'all could talk about a post picture. I can show you chiefs. I could bring them on my channel right now. I could bring an audience of chiefs, of master teachers that I sat under. I can bring them on here. I'm under them. I can do that. This isn't something that's a game to me. You know, I'm learning to write in Hebrew. I got apps that teach me to learn Hebrew. How the fuck are you claiming what's your Hebrew culture or whatever the case may be, and you're not even doing anything to embody what the culture is? You don't want to learn in Hebrew. You don't want to speak in Hebrew. You don't want to learn how to wear the Hebrew attire, male and female. And I see this in both men and women. I've talked to them all the time. I'm like, why don't you want to learn nothing in the culture? You can't claim a culture and don't have nothing that reflects it. Nobody is going to take anybody serious claiming this. It's not enough for us to just claim Israelite. You have to embody the culture of it. Where's your feast days? This is like, even though I've never been to the Feast of Tabernacles, even though I've never went to the first fruits or whatever, I bet you, by golly, I will sit under them live videos and watch it, and so I can get a feel of congregating with my people. They have lives all the time that y'all can go to, sit down. The Feast of Tabernacles while they're reading the scriptures. Do y'all even do that? I haven't even done that. I mean, I haven't done it in the past. I don't think I've sat under this one or the one before that. But I've sat under those videos, watched them, listen to their Feast of Tabernacles, their first fruits, to sit there to feel like I'm congregating with my people, to relearn the history, to relearn, we do have a Christmas. Our Christmas is called the Feast of Purim. Our Christmas is in February. March is the true beginning of the year. Things seem off in this hemisphere, and time has always seemed off in this hemisphere because they gave us a bastardized calendar. I've told y'all this. If y'all go back to my videos, how they seek to change laws and time. They already did this. We're not really in year 2021 between them fucking up the calendars and doing leap year. You know? So since childhood, something has always been off about the timelines and the time and the days, the hours. They brought the Roman calendar over here. The Roman calendar ends in December and begins in January. The true Hebrew calendar begins in Aries and ends in Pisces. Yeah, begins in Aries and always ends in Pisces. You see why the Romans have it where the end of the year ends in Capricorn and begins in Capricorn. Now, when you think tarot cards, who represents the devil card? Capricorn. Is it beginning to make sense? Because they worship those Roman gods, them Roman deities. And Saturn is Satan. Saturn's name in Greek is Pluto. No, Saturn's name in the Greek is Cronus. I'm sorry. Pluto would be Hades. That's Cronus' son. This is how I can tell what they be doing because I'm very well versed in their history too. Like I know the Greek and Roman culture very well. I've studied their literature. I know Greek and Roman mythology like the back of my hand. Okay, like I've studied that stuff forever. So I think I've been studying. I studied them before I started studying us. I studied Greek history and when I was in high school. When I was in ninth grade? Since I was in ninth grade. So that's where it's coming from. It always felt like something was off about what they're doing with timelines and all this type of stuff because they brought a false calendar over here. Our calendar doesn't begin in that time frame. Our new year is in spring between the end of March and the beginning of April. April Fools, hello. April 1st is the beginning of the year. Sometimes it will be towards the end of March. You know? Y'all really need to figure out what when you try to claim Israel, what does that really mean to you? How is it reflecting in your work? Are you just saying it to like just is there a motive behind what y'all do on social media with this? Some of y'all have made a profit off of it. Some of y'all have made a profit off of it and in your congregations. Like I said, I respect the elders or whatever the case may be, but I believe that there has been some infiltration in the camps. I'm not going to lie. That's why I pull back from a lot of them because I feel like a lot of those elders have been just off lately. It's just something ain't right about it. And then some of the people that are now coming into the church who they place in big positions there feel like they're handlers or controllers. I tried to give the benefit of the doubt when certain people came on here trying to expose the camps or what may have you. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't want to personally accuse because I have a lot of love and respect for the elders. They put the work out there. They put a lot of work out there for us to have this truth. See, I pay homage to those that gave me this truth. I don't disrespect my elders. And whether I'm an elder or not, I did put this in the New Age community to wake our people up. You may not like me. You may feel indifferent. We may have once been cool and now you're not. But guess what? You're going to respect me because I did put this on the map. I put this on the map, and I'm not saying that to boast, but I have a right to claim that because this is my baby. This is my mission. I know the history. I can tell you literally things about the history that y'all know shit about. I sit under master teachers. I sit under the elders. Can you say the same thing? Have you even tried to get under elder? Have you tried? Have anybody adopted you yet who's an elder? If you need one, I'll help you out with that. I think you should do that before you try to school anybody on what it is or what may have you and just randomly trying to bring up something about Israelites every once in a blue moon when it just suits your whatever it is you're doing. I think I gotta, prove my point. When I get a chance, for y'all to help y'all and get understandings of this, I'm gonna bring the master teachers on here. I definitely am. I planned on doing that anyway. Because I sit under them, unlike people in all sectors I've seen. I've asked them, what are you doing? What are you looking to bring to the table with this? Don't talk about what's in your culture and you don't have nothing to show for in it. Nothing, and you don't show an interest that you're trying to learn anything about it. Nothing, not the language, not reading and writing in it, nothing. Let's get with the program, people. But yeah, I have a friend on here that's been making a couple of videos. I'm gonna share her video in the description box. It's interesting. She is an Edomite, however, her mother is a Gadite. She has a very beautiful, interesting history. She comes from Iowa, and she's going to be bringing forth a lot of knowledge about what she knows about my tribe. Probably stuff that I didn't even know about it, because she's surrounded by them. Her people, her mother's people never left Iowa. She knows the culture through and through. Um, so I'm gonna be sharing her videos. You can look in the description box below. I definitely do at some point plan on bringing her on my channel as well, for us to conversate about, Aborigine Indian culture, the Gadite culture. Her son is actually from the tribe of Issachar. His father's an Issacharite, my little nephew. I love him very much. So there's some interesting things coming to this channel. I'm also planning on dropping karmic readings for each zodiac sign. So if you're like dealing with, I don't know, a Capricorn karmic that's, dealing with your DM, that's getting on your nerves in a third party situation, then, just to give you that example of what that is. And then I'm going to drop some more DM love readings. If you'd like a channeled love letter, I will put the information in the description box below, so you can book that if you'd like. Other than that, I need to get that off of my chest. Between Israelites who just playing, Israelites who don't believe in Christ or whatever case may be, have beef with Jesus, I might go in that in another video, because that to me is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Y'all, at some point, you Jews are going to have to make your peace with Yeshua and stop beefing with him, because our enemies made a counterfeit version of him. They made a counterfeit version of all our ancestors. It's time for us to knock that off and come back to the Most High and stop treating Yeshua like an enemy, because he's not. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to talk to all of you later. I hope y'all stay well, and I hope y'all stay blessed. I love and appreciate the people who have stuck by my side on this channel. I really do appreciate you guys. Y'all are family here to me. Love y'all.